God knows all the things you do. He cares and is concerned about all that concerns you. How are the circumstances? Is all looking like the door of help, favor, and blessing is closed? Have you been rejected by men and no one seems to be concerned about what concerns you? Does it seem like men have blocked your source of wealth and livelihood? You don't need to worry. You don't need to be troubled, angry, or depressed. Look, He knows all about you. The thoughts He has for you are for good and not for evil, to give you an expected end. He is the only one who makes a way and can close it. Men may only try to occupy it, but they can't block it. They may try to take it over, but they can't shut down the source. What God has done, no man or being can undo. They can only make it inaccessible to you, but it is beyond their power to close it. Revelations 3, verse 8. These are the words of the Holy One, the True One, He who has the key to the house of David, He who opens and no one will be able to shut, and He who shuts and no one opens. See, I have set before you an open door which no one is able to shut. Isaiah 22, verse 22. Then I will set on His shoulder the key of the house of David. When He opens, no one will shut, and when He shuts, no one will open. It is clear from scriptures that when God opens a door, no man can close it, and similarly, when He closes a door, no man can open it. Someone may then wonder, why then have things been hard for me? Why does it seem like my heaven is closed? Why are helpers far from me? Why do I have to struggle for everything I need? This is because the enemy, adversary, the devil or his agents have truncated your access to the open door or access. They have kept themselves there, and it would be difficult for you to access those things, except if you engage a higher power. Take a look at the life of Daniel. We were made to understand in Daniel 10 that the man called Daniel decided to engage in prayers and fasting so that God could grant him access to some things and grant him answers. From the very first day, he began to pray. An angel of the Lord was dispatched with the answer for Daniel. But we saw what happened. The prince of that locality decided to withhold the access and answer to Daniel, but Daniel didn't quit. Does it seem like your door is closed? Does it seem like there is nothing good coming your way and other signs of closed heaven? It is not closed heaven because a God who is mindful of all that concerns you would not close heaven over you. He would make all things beautiful for you. But maybe, like the case of Daniel, principality and powers over your territory might have blocked the access from you. They are standing against you to benefit from the resources that God has provided. And the only method out of this situation is to keep praying and keep fasting. When you adopt this strategy, heaven would keep receiving your prayers, rising like incense to God, and more angels would be dispatched to check what the problem is and why the answers have not gotten to you. You don't quit, but keep praying. Had Daniel stopped praying, the angel bearing the prayer might go back, and because there is no force or incense on earth to attract it, it would stay back, and you would still be in the perceived closed door or access. The enemy thought they had won until it was clear to them that another door and access had been opened. It might look bad, but remember how God changed the story of Job and others. Keep on paddling. I know it is scary. I know it can be turbulent. Some of you are facing incredible white water episodes right now. Remember that God does not ask us not to be afraid. He permits us to shake like leaves, but He says, keep on doing what I tell you. Keep on paddling. As you do, the day will come when you break through to smooth sailing. God opens doors no one can shut, and shuts doors no one can open. He is in complete control. He will open the doors of opportunity as He sees fit, and close doors that He doesn't want us going through. We may not understand His reasoning, but that's okay as long as we follow His guidance. We must let Him lead. After all, He has the key. Sometimes in life, we stumble upon doors with locks that are tuned to God's programming. We stand at the door, pushing buttons and wringing our hands, but all to no avail. The doors won't open. So, why do we keep pounding on them? God will open the right doors at the right time. If the door in front of us isn't opening, it's either not the right door or not the right time. God is a God of time and season. It is possible that heaven is truly closed over you, and you need to enforce the assistance and help of heaven to open the door for you. It is possible that it is not your type of access. Maybe God is planning something big for you, but due to lack of your prayer and connectivity, you want to take a maid when what has been prepared for all is a complete pack, containing and carrying everything. It is for a reason. The same God that opened the pathway for the Israelites to pass, that same path consumed the people of Egypt. That pathway that led them to the other side led these ones to their death. Calm down. God doesn't open something to kill you. He doesn't leave you without support. You are probably working ahead of His schedule and feeling alone or lonely. Get back to your source and you would be comforted, and you would realize that God doesn't leave anyone alone. Once He blesses you, no one can cause you or undo His blessings. And once you have been marked by heaven for bad, nothing would change or erase it. The God we serve is a God who opens doors for us. And when He opens a door, no man can shut it. We may try to open doors in our strength and fail because they are too strong for us. Sometimes we may succeed in opening a door in our strength only to find that somebody has closed it again. When we face such situations, we should allow the Lord to open these doors. His mighty strength and power will open doors so that no one can shut them again. He will go before us and break down every hindrance and break down gates of bronze and cut through bars of iron. We should not struggle in vain in our strength against these strong barriers, but instead allow the Lord to open the doors for us. The Lord opened the Red Sea to make His people pass through it, but He closed it when the Egyptians tried to use the way He had opened for His people. The doors that the Lord opens for us cannot be used by our enemies. The way of escape for us will become a way of destruction for our enemies. The Lord may lead us on a difficult path. During those times, we should try not to escape from it. When Jesus faced the cross, He did not run away from it. Peter tried to stop the new door of salvation, that was about to be opened by cutting off the right ear of the high priest's servant. Jesus had to rebuke him. Sometimes we act like Peter and want to stay too long in a phase that is about to be phased out and unable to quickly align ourselves to the new door set to be opened. We should not try to escape from the path of suffering when the Lord leads us through it. We should not close a door that the Lord has opened for us. Matthew 7, verse 7 through 8. He should be willing to accept the will and the purpose of God when He closes a door in our lives. We should not become disappointed and bitter against God when He closes a door that we wanted Him to open for us. We should trust that the Lord works everything for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. We should earnestly seek God for His revelation so that we can realize it when the Lord has closed a door for us and submit to His will. Keep praying, keep seeking, remain aligned and connected. You won't overstay in an open door and won't stay under a closed room.